Well, hello everybody. You're viewing Cooking Like a Man. My name's JD Fentress and welcome to my kitchen. Today, I thought I'd show you how to sharpen a kitchen knife my way. There's several different methods a person could use to sharpen a knife, but I thought I'd share mine with you because it's so simple and it really doesn't take a whole lot of talent. So if you don't have a lot of experience sharpening a knife, this might be a good alternative for you. I have been dealing in knives and sharpening tools and knives for a long time now, and have invested quite a bit of money in knives, and so it's important to me to be able to keep my knives sharp, or to make them useful. As a dull knife is hardly useful. And many times in the past in my videos I've recommended that you have at least one good quality kitchen knife in your kitchen. And so the same applies to you. It really does no good to invest your money in a kitchen knife unless you intend to keep it sharp. And otherwise you might as well just buy a cheap serrated knife and get by with it. But highly recommend buying a decent knife. You could get one nowadays online. You could buy a good quality knife for $40, and it'd be Damascus stainless. It'd be a good knife. And if you spend $100, you'll darn sure get a good knife. But you can spend about as much money as you want to spend. There's several knives out there. They're $500 or $600, but that's not necessary. You don't need to spend that kind of money. I have several knives here on my counter. This particular knife right here is a pretty good knife. It could use a honing. That's about $120 Damascus stainless steel knife right there. It's pretty good quality. I've got another one here that I use a lot. Both these knives are my main knives that I use most of the time. Here's a good one. This knife is about $100 knife. But I found a good deal on it. I used to sell a lot of these knives, and I found a good deal on them, and I was able to purchase them significantly less than $100, and I sold these for about $80. Anyway, that's a good knife too, but it's ready for a honing. All knives will dull up over time. And then I have some knives here that I inherited this one from my mom, actually. I don't even know the brand name on it, but it's a pretty decent knife. I like to use it. I use it quite a bit, especially if I'm these knives I use if I've got to cut something that would normally dull a good knife, and I don't want to dull my good knives. I like to use them for cutting vegetables and stuff, and I want tomatoes, things like that. I want a really good sharp knife. So if I'm cutting up a chicken or something like that where I got to engage hard bone, I use one of these other knives that I don't mind. If I have to chip the blade or something, it's not going to bother me so much if I have chipped the blade on one of these really good, more expensive knives. Anyway, all these knives, they need to be sharpened. I found that this Work Sharp knife sharpening tool is about the best thing since sliced bread, because it doesn't take a lot of talent, and it comes with a DVD to show you how to use it. It comes with several different grits of belt that runs on it. And it's just a really good, handy tool. You can use it to sharpen more than just knives. It'll sharpen scissors. You'll sharpen your lawnmower blade, about anything you want to sharpen. And it's very versatile, multi-speed. This is about the best sharpener that Work Sharp makes. They make a cheaper version that you could get for around $80 that doesn't have as many features as this one, but it works just fine. And if you're just sharpening one or two knives in your kitchen, that would be good. In fact, I own two of these. That way, because I do a lot of, like I said, I do a lot of knife sharpening, sharp knives for my friends. I sell knives. So anyway, the reason why I have two is that I could keep a different grit belt on each one. I don't have to change the belt out. When I go from a coarser grit to a honing belt, I just grab the other machine. But that's not necessary if you, it's not that hard to change the belts. You just push this wheel up, it loosens the belt. And you can pull the belt right off, put another one on there. So anyhow, we'll get busy and I'll hone a knife for you, show you what it looks like. So I'll hone this one here. I'm gonna use this. It's about a 6,000 grit belt, I believe. It's not real coarse. It doesn't take a real coarse knife. And I've got the setting on 13 degrees because on like a hunting knife or something like that, you would probably want 15 degrees, somewhere around there or more. But for a kitchen knife, you want a steeper angle. So 13 degrees is what I'm set at. And I'm gonna hone on a coarser grit belt first because this knife is really dull. It needs more than just a honing. So I'm gonna give it a shot. Show you what it looks like. You just rest the knife in the, has a guide that holds it just right for you in the right angle. And when you're using a coarse grit belt, you don't want to go very fast. And like I said, this particular model is multi-speed. So you just, a nice slow speed and draw the knife through about an inch a second. If you go really fast, it could do two things. It could remove too much metal from your knife and also get it hot. And if you get the metal hot, too hot, it could temper the steel and make a hard spot in your blade and make it not sharpen evenly later in the future, and also could help contribute to the blade chipping. So anyway, on the coarser grit, you draw it through a couple of times on the same side before you switch sides of the blade. There's a reason for that, but I won't get into that. If you're interested in buying one of these, they're all over. They're real popular, and you can watch the DVD and learn the specifics of how to use one of these. Now I'm going to switch to the other side of the blade. Okay, it appears that I got a pretty decent bevel on there, so I've rebeveled my knife with a coarser belt. Now this honing belt doesn't have hardly any gradient at all. It's kind of like leather. And I can go at a much higher speed. The honing belt won't heat the blade and it won't take too much metal off. So a higher speed is better for the honing belt. Okay, I believe that's sharp enough for this knife and for what I use it for. This knife doesn't need to go on the coarser belt because it's not that dull, but it's due for a honing. So I'm gonna go ahead and hone this knife. Okay, that's sharp enough to split a frog hair 4 ways right now. A couple more times on the honing bell will be just right. I won't keep you here to show you sharpening in all these knives because I don't want to keep you that long. You don't want to watch me that long, I'm sure. But there you go. A little bit of an investment in a sharpening device of your choice, a stone or anything, is really necessary if you're going to invest in a good kitchen knife. So depending on how much effort you want to put into it, kind of goes toward what kind of sharpening system you buy. But I highly recommend one of these work sharps. There's a variety of them available. I just happened, this is kind of the Cadillac version. There's lots of options to this sharpening device that I could go over with you, but I'm not here to sell work sharp tools. So you could research them yourself and decide what sharpening system is best for you. The point is, it's important to keep a sharp knife if you're going to invest in a knife. Thanks for viewing the video, and we'll see you on the next one.